drivers, what if there is one piece of advice? What's that single best advice for a new Uber Eats driver? Having that knowledge to allow you to thrive. I've got good news. I'm going to share that with you, and it has 5 parts. We're going to go over each of those 5 parts pretty quickly, and by the time we're done, you're going to be ready to get out there and make some money on Uber Eats. What's that one piece of advice? Here it is. Do the opposite of what most drivers do. Just do the opposite. And you're going to find out why here pretty quickly. First, only take profitable orders. There's 2 things that you really need to consider. That would be your dollars per hour and dollars per mile. When you receive that offer, the very first thing you need to think of is, what is my time worth? If you want to make $20, $21 an hour, I've found through my experience that I can do about 3 orders per hour, of course, assuming back-to-back orders. So if you only accept offers that are $7 or more, then you have the chance to get more offers and you know you're going to make a decent income. And I'm sure you can see the opposite. If you only take $2 orders, even if you could do a whole bunch of them, you're not going to make much money. The second part to this is dollars per mile. I have found through my experience, if you can get $2 per mile or better, those are great offers. If you're driving a really long distance for low pay, what's really happening is the pay for yourself is coming from your vehicle. Eventually it's going to break. By only taking profitable orders, especially considering the mileage, if I'm between $1 and 2 miles, that does seem to be what it averages out to. So if you can stand firm and only take offers that are $2 per mile or better, you'll appreciate it. So between those 2 things, you can decide how much money you're going to make. And obviously, accepting low-paying orders, you're not going to make it. Accepting long-distance deliveries for a few dollars, you're not going to make it. So now you have those tools to help yourself. The second aspect of doing the opposite of what other drivers do is your personal appearance. I can't tell you how many times I've seen basically slobs, dirty people picking up food for the customers. How would you feel as a customer if a guy looks like a bum coming up to deliver your food? You don't ever want that customer to question, did you do something to their food? Or is your car a mess? You never want the customer to fear that. So instead, have good hygiene. Bathe regularly. Don't smell bad. Comb your hair. You would be surprised. Yes, these are basics, but when I'm out and about, I see all manner of drivers. So be a clean driver. The next part of this of being clean is also dress well. Don't act like you just got out of bed and you're going to go out and make a few bucks. Instead, dress nicely. Dress a little bit better than the other drivers do. And I think you're easily going to figure out it's not that hard to dress just a little bit more professionally. So no customer is shocked when you show up to their door. Even if it's a no contact order, there are Ring cameras and other recording devices. So just look your best. And you know what? That's really going to help you when you interact with the restaurant workers too. Just don't look like a slob. So before I continue, please share in the comments below whether you're a new driver or you've got a lot of experience. What is one piece of advice that you don't think I'm going to cover in this video that no one knows about? Please share that in the comments below, and all the drivers that read this are going to benefit from your advice as well. So thank you. The third tip, make sure you use your hot bag. I can't tell you, I was sitting here right here near McDonald's. I already saw another driver come out carrying the bag with no hot bag, and it looks like he just set it on the floorboard of his car and then took off. I didn't even see that he had a hot bag in his car. And that's my point. If drivers don't even bring their hot bags inside the restaurant, that doesn't even show much concern for the customer's food. The goal is to maintain the temperature of the food that the customer wants, whether it's hot or cold. So when you use your hot bag, you're helping maintain that right temperature, and that's going to result in good ratings and tips. If you don't do this, then you're putting yourself at risk for bad reviews, or spilled drinks, anything where you're not doing your job as the driver to really carefully care for that order. Think of this. How would you feel as the customer if you order food and it's messy or cold or not as you desired? You're going to be very disappointed. And keep in mind, customers are paying a lot for these orders. So use the hot bag. As a little side tip, it does help you. When you go in the restaurant, you can just go straight to the front, and all the other patrons there, they know that you're not there to cut in the line, that you have business being there. So make sure you take your food delivery bag in. I've got my UberEats one here. And if you want to use other brands as well on Amazon, feel free to do that. All right, we'll see if that stays up there. And it doesn't hurt. If you want to use other brands off of Amazon, go for it. The main thing is use that food delivery bag. The fourth tip to really help you be the opposite of how most drivers behave, here's a couple things. Don't waste your time. I can't tell you how many drivers I see playing video games on their phone or having a conversation on the speakerphone. I can't tell you how frustrating it is. Anybody with an earshot can easily hear the conversation, even if it's in a different language than English. So don't waste your time. Instead, here's some things that you can do. When it's slow, you can be planning things that are going to better your life. You can learn new skills by either reading a physical book or a book on your phone, just not a video game. Also, you could be looking into side hustles online where you can make some money. So you could be actively working on these while you're waiting to receive orders. And I will say, here in California, it is hot. I know it kind of is a waste of gas because I'm running my air conditioning because it's that hot. And over time, just being in your vehicle running, that heat is going to seep into the cabin. So I do know I'm kind of wasting gas by running my AC. Ideally, I would be sitting in that McDonald's lobby at a table, and then I could work on other things with their free air conditioning. I'll leave that up to you. Every market's different, and you just need to find a place where you can still receive orders but not be bothered. And that way you can plan out your life. You can think of things you need to do in the future and take steps to make active plans, or do something where you're going to make some money. That way, it's not a complete waste while you're waiting in between profitable orders. The fifth part of this simple advice, talk to the other drivers. You'd be surprised. All the drivers that I see, unless they know each other, they're staring at their phones, they're doing other things, they're not talking with the other drivers. Just by being friendly, this is called networking. Maybe they have other contacts for other business opportunities. Maybe they know where there's more orders or higher paying offers. And if you're nice to them, maybe they'll share that with you. Obviously, you can't expect that the driver is just going to tell you, here's the gold mine where I go to make a lot of money, because then you're going to take away some of their money. But it definitely helps to just be kind to the other drivers. Maybe you could help them out the door if they have a large order. Just be friendly. Because when you're working, isn't it nice to have a good experience? And other drivers are not our competition. There's plenty of orders to go around. And obviously, let them take the unprofitable orders, because now you're only going to take profitable orders. And in addition to talking with the drivers, just give a few minutes and talk with the restaurant workers too. They work really hard. Their pay comes down to just seconds. So there's always a lot for them to do. You can always be kind to them and just give an encouraging word. So overall, using these 5 aspects of being the opposite of most drivers, I think you can see, wow, now you're set up for success. But how do you know actually how to do food delivery, especially as a new driver? I've got good news. I've made a video covering in detail how to both deliver profitably and safely. That's something that a lot of people don't think about, driver safety. So watch that video next, and I'll see you there.